check back there, thumbs up. I like it.
Okay, Mark. Hope you have some clean underwear on. I might scare the shit out of you by driving.
If I've been in the car with you before, I'd probably have a really, really, really good time. The fact that I've never been in the car with you,
believe me, it's gonna scare the crap out of you. Seatbelt, right?
Good.
Here we are, up to second gear, up to third gear. Let's go figure out how dry this place is, yeah? I was going to kind of run down here by the apex and just do a quick little, yeah, we're working with a little bit of traction right there. Not too terribly much, but enough. So all this is, again, just third gear. Turn 3 is always a little bit slick getting in. But we don't have to give up quite so much course width here. You'll notice that I'm not all the way down to the apex because it's still a little bit damp there, but I'm definitely working a little bit more course width. Turn 4, let's see what turn 4 feels like. It looks fairly dry down here, but this is kind of notoriously one of the more slick corners. Feeling pretty good. Third gear up to fourth gear. Turn 5 is going to be dry on the first half and wet on the second half as it's kind of on the... So it gets a little slick right in there, that zone there. Always start with a recon lap. Look at turn 6.
You haven't been in the car with him, right?
No.
Dude, while he's driving in front of us, he's staring in the rearview mirror and driving with one hand and holding the stick.
Still just got to be super careful putting the power down. And then here we are heading up towards turn 7. Onto the brakes. Turn 7 doesn't change one iota thanks to the dry line we were driving on before. It's the lack of use that this part of the racetrack actually gets. This is the NASCAR turn. This one is actually put in for a good looking line right there. Third gear up to fourth gear. Let's see how the S's are looking. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're pretty solid, although we're still going to want to be just a few feet off. See how that kind of stays a little damp right there next to the blue and yellow paint. And then turn 8A always seems to dry up real nice for us. So we'll just up and over the top and then let the car leak out towards the left, but not all the way. What we really got to avoid, guys, is these, watch how much moisture is trapped in this berm right here, in this flat curve. See, I'm spraying you pretty good. But we got to avoid those blue and yellow curves that appear to be flat because they're very much corrugated and water gets trapped in the depressions of them and it can catch you out. So turn 11, the flats down here, guys, are going to be wet longer than the portions that retain or that maintain some elevation. So here we are, third gear up to fourth gear. We're going to drive a slight kind of hybrid rain line, dry line here. Yeah, we're not going to over-exaggerate the dry line, so we're going to turn a little sooner here. We're not going to run as wide up the hill, and you're going to see our reference points are going to change a little bit also. We're not going to line up so far to the left. We're going to straighten this shot out a little bit more. So less effort, right? Less lateral effort means a little bit more rolling speed. Always got to brake in a straight line and just be careful. Running a little wide here, and then I'm going to get about 3 feet from the apex on this nice dry line that my outside tires are going to be on. Brake firm. A little bit wide of the apex, but not too much. Good, powering out, upshift. Always a little slick on the exit here, so we like to still run wide even though the first half of that corner is pretty dry. Just outside of center here. We don't want to get the car too wide, and we're not going to get all the way to the inside, but we're going to get pretty close to it down at the end of this blue and yellow curve. And then gently start to roll that power on. Right now we're full throttle. all the way to the first of these braking cones right there. Downshift, fade off the brakes. And powering out, third gear, up to fourth gear. Now just steady that throttle here around to the right. Now I'm going to be just about 5 feet away from the apex here. And then I'm going to drive right to this curving here on the right before making my way up and over towards the left side. Looking good.
We're learning two different
lines. Got that. Now we're going to still line up the N in Tundra. And we just got to kind of run the high line here. And be patient on the acceleration. Get a car width off the left side and then roll on that power. Looking nice. Downshift, still running wide here, still on a rain line. Get the car pointed, then accelerate. Here we go, good job. So do what you can to maintain that car length following distance about how we have it now. So I'm not going to get you into trouble, okay? Stay with me and we'll build some comfort. So now that we're coming in here over 80 miles an hour, just low brush of the brake, steady the throttle, and again we're going to line up to the right of that reference we were using earlier, just a couple feet off the apex, and then gently power out. Now here's good acceleration, anticipating firm braking. Fade off the brakes, can't come in here too fast, you're going to feel the car get a little jiggy right there, that's going to happen every time. Keeping the left sides on the dry stuff, feeding the throttle, and then brake firm. 3 feet off the apex here, 3 feet off. Good. Upshift. Now here we are, running a little wide here because we're going to find ourselves in a bit of slippery track, a car width to our right there. I like how we're looking. Good, light braking. Just outside of center, maybe right in the middle, and just keep working that car down. Again, we don't want to, we'll be 3 feet off the apex at the bottom of the hill, and then gently start letting that car out towards the right, and put your right foot in it. Here we go. Good, heavy to the binder, downshift, fade off the brake. Let's start feeling that left front tire work. Yeah, start feeling that left front work. Good, power out of there, great corner. Upshift. Like us 4 feet off the apex on the left-hander coming up. Steady throttle, back to the apex of the right-hander, and then start gently freeing that car up as we roll power down. Always got to come into the flats here a little bit cautious, ease off the gas. Nice little brush of the brake, we'll be getting wrapping around the high line here. And powering out, here we go. Downshift, through the corner, right? We're just going to kind of run the high line. Alright. Upshift, here we are. Check the speed. Nice and smooth here. Steady throttle. Good. Keep your speed going up the hill. Hardly any braking at all. 3 feet off the apex. Downshift. Throttle, powering out. I like that. Let's get to the next one. Steady throttle. Keep your speed maintained. 2 feet off the apex. Free it up. Free it up. Good. Free it up. 2 feet off the apex. Beautiful. Upshift. Wider than we normally would here. Just keep the throttle steady. Good. 3 feet off the apex at the bottom of the hill. Full throttle. Catch up to me here. You're braking experiments on first of the braking cones that are on your left. Downshift, good, fade off the brakes, fade off, fade off. Power out. Upshift. Nice and smooth here around to the left. We're going back to the right. 3 feet off the apex of the left-hander, maybe 4. Bit nervous with that much mile an hour, so we'll just kind of hesitate there on the rolling speed. Start to ease out a little bit, start to ease out. Maybe brush the brake here. Really good. That lap. Objective speed over 90 miles an hour. Now we're building up, right? Steady the throttle. Here we go. Don't worry about the raindrops that are on your windshield right now. They're doing nothing to the quality of the racetrack. Bring 2 feet off the apex. Upshift, nice and smooth here. Watch that blue and yellow paint.
I just like this little mark. I'm like this one.
Rain still doing nothing to the racetrack. Hang with me. Stay in line, consistent line.
I think it's because the
3
camera
feet off the racetrack at the bottom of the hill.
I can see why that guy ended up sitting there. Pretty good at this.
Oh, I'm just going in, that's why. Oh, jeez, a little bit under.
Up on our same light pole, but we're just turning down to the left a little sooner. I like 63 miles an hour right there. Just even last lap, just moving it out a little bit. And start to ease off the throttle, light low brush the brake.
Started raining again. What a fuck. It's actually looking really dry.
I know, and all of a sudden.
What year's your Lambo?
Oh, okay.
Alright, here we go. Good lap. Just building up, right? We're just building speed. Pretty much on a dry line up here. Get a little bit more points, so I'm going to run a little bit wide again compared to last lap. Same line here, turn 2 feet off. That's starting to get a little damp again. Alright, watch the indicator to move off of it, right? You gotta kind of stay on it right until she bucks you. So we'll just kind of run a little bit wide again here. A little bit wide, not as exaggerated of a rain line as we have been on earlier.
Looking in front of him, or you're looking at him?
The right side, struggling for a little grip there. Upshift. Kind of running wide here like we have been. Nice rain. Looks like just a very slow passing shower, but we'll just kind of hang wide again. Wide where we had it, just be gentle on the controls. Solid effort right there. I'm going to have you come up and ride with me, Bill. You're looking good.
I always get really nervous when I try to concentrate. Hands get all sweaty. You want to relax?
Yeah. You did good though. You did real
Go
good.
ahead and park right behind the Daytona Gray R8. I'm going to pull in front of it. We'll get Marcus into the Gray R8. We'll get Casey into the red one. And Bill, you're up with me.
No, Bill, you did really good.
Thanks, man.
You have some corn.